Okay, so this is Coach Garver. I just got done grading the conjoint analysis competitions, and I wanted to give some feedback looking across all three classes of the projects that I've looked at. So again, one of the things that we see is, in general, some of the presentations look beautiful, and we're seeing definite improvements in that area. And so overall, I thought we did a pretty nice job on this. But there are some common mistakes, and we're repeating these common mistakes. Some teams are repeating these common mistakes, and so I want to point out these common mistakes so that you can use this video as a guide to critiquing your own work. And as always, if you want to come meet with me, I met with some teams yesterday, and I think it can really help. I can give you precise detail. But I want you to look at these mistakes overall first, do a self assessment, and then come talk to me. So, okay, executive summaries. So, again, I need one, right? And so some people just put up a slide that says executive summary, and then they don't actually give me one. I need a written down summary. It has to be in there, right? It's the other one too. By the way, we actually kind of backslid on this one. It's not an agenda. An executive summary is not telling the reader what we're going to cover in the presentation. That's actually an agenda. What I need from you is an overview of the results, right? And I think that's one of the things that's really important. Like, give me an overview of the results, not the presentation. So, graphing, we're still making way too many problems in graphing, right? And we're kind of making those common mistakes that we just can't make those anymore. So one of them is data labels. You should have data labels, and you should have like on numbers and the categories if you can. We really want to see these in ascending and descending order, some sort of order, not just them thrown out like they come out of the analysis. This is where consistent scales is really important. When you're graphing across levels, we need consistent scales. And so if you're the prices or the delivery, the actual delivery times or the brands of pizza, those should all have been on a consistent scale of, say negative 60 to 60. So a lot of problems with that. Probably the most common mistake is that one right there. The other one too is, and I asked for this in the last time, but if you're going to put, don't put colored label scales on the side, right? Like, so orange means pizza, or that sort of thing. Put it right on the label itself. Don't use the color coding mechanism to tell me where those are. And then the other one is consistency in our use of decimal places. If on one analysis we use one decimal place, great, use it for all. Some people had no decimal places. On the next bar they had 3 decimal places, and my point is, be consistent on that graph using the same number of decimal places, otherwise it looks careless. Remember, for this one too, we needed 4 graphs. I needed 1 for attribute importance and 3 graphs for preferences. And I think along with that, you need to understand what those actual numbers and the assignment actually means. We actually, they're zero-based numbers. You need to understand that before you begin the analysis. Otherwise, I think you're doomed from the start. So this is one that is really, really, really important, and it's going to continue to be important as we go through the class, but a lot of mistakes in it, and it's be precise in your language. There's a difference between the word what is important to people and what their preferences are. And it's different in how we measure it, it's different how we do the analysis, and a lot of teams kind of went back and forth. Oh, it's important. Just use them interchangeably. There's a big difference. We're going to move forward into CX research, and it's going to be like satisfaction and importance and improvement. All of those words are very different meanings. Don't use them interchangeably. Be precise in your language. Think laser, not hand grenades. And then what, so what, and now what. So here again, I actually need this, right? So some people just put up a what, so what, now what slide and don't actually interpret the data. You have to interpret it. And then the second one is, do you know what is required for each of these? Meaning, do you know what this means? Again, what are the key findings? What are the highlights from that graph? What, so what is giving it meaning, giving the interpretation. Is it good for us? Is it bad for us? Should I worry? Should I be concerned? Should I be happy? And then the now what is the call to action. What do we do with this finding that we see? Okay. Last but not least, you always want to give a summary, kind of looking across your data, because I think that's what makes really good researchers. And there you go. So again, what I would do is, if you're not placing or not placing as high as you want, look these things over, because these were the common mistakes. Kind of give a self-assessment, and then come see me, and I'll get more specific with you. All right, my friends, have a great day.